You know, we're surrounded by AI all the time. It's in our phones, our cars, everywhere. But have you ever really stopped and asked, is it actually thinking, or is it just kind of repeating things it's learned? Well, we're about to dive into a huge breakthrough that gives AI something that looks a whole lot like a real reasoning mind.
So get this. What if an AI, before it shot you back an answer, could actually stop for a second and, well, think out loud? Actually make a plan instead of just blurting out the first thing that pops into its digital head. It sounds simple, but that one little change is the key to a way smarter and way more reliable AI. All right, so think about the old school AI. It's kind of like a doctor who just hands you a prescription without even asking what's wrong. Seriously, it just acts on impulse, and its knowledge is basically stuck in the past. That's exactly why AI can hallucinate. It's literally just making stuff up. But this new method called ReAct, it completely changes the game. It actually thinks before it acts. It can pull in real-time information, and it even uses other tools to double-check its work.
And that new framework is called ReAct. The name basically tells you everything you need to know, right? It's all about combining reasoning with acting. And listen, this isn't just some small software update. This is a fundamental change in how AI works, and it lets them tackle really complex problems that used to just completely break them.
So how does this whole thing work? Honestly, the best way to picture it is to think of a detective solving a mystery. Okay, so first comes the thought. Our AI detective comes up with a theory, a plan of attack. Then it takes an action. It uses a tool, maybe a search engine, to go find some clues. After that, there's the observation. It looks at the evidence it just found. And then, this is the magic part, it repeats the whole loop, using what it just learned to come up with a new thought and take the next even smarter action. It's this nonstop cycle of thinking, then doing, then thinking again.
And check this out, we can actually see this detective loop happening right here. This is like the AI's internal monologue. It has a thought, okay, I need to search for this thing called the Colorado orogeny. Then boom, it takes an action. It actually does the search. It gets an observation back with new info, and now it's going to use that information to shape its very next thought. It's not just guessing anymore, it's actively investigating.
So, why should you care about any of this? It's simple, really. An AI that can reason is an AI you can actually start to trust. It means we get more accurate answers, way fewer of those bizarre AI hallucinations, and, for the first time, it has the ability to solve really complex, multi-step problems, just like a person would.
And this slide just perfectly sums up the difference. Look at this. When you ask a tricky math question, a normal AI gets it completely, wildly wrong. I mean, it's off by hundreds of billions. But the ReAct agent, it thinks, realizes it needs a calculator tool, uses it, and boom, it nails the correct answer. That's not just a tiny improvement, that's the difference between a wild guess and an actual legitimate calculation. And this is really the main thing to remember. ReAct is the secret sauce that teaches an AI how to reason, not just spit back a response. It's the difference between a parrot that just repeats what it's heard and a real problem solver that can actually figure things out on its own. All of this really leads to one massive question about our future. As this kind of technology becomes more and more a part of our world, what incredible problems are we finally going to be able to solve with an AI that can truly, genuinely think?